Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive to keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. This offense comes on the field first today. Well, the energy of this building, Chris, is just going to pick up as this. As they say in New Orleans, let le bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll.
And really one of the more hostile environments, I think, when it comes to bowl games. You know, I've called so many games in here. Think about the history. Going all the way back to 1935, they played the Sugar Bowl right here in New Orleans. I think a lot of people have associated this bowl game with the SEC. But as we've seen since the start of the playoff, teams like Washington, Ohio State, Clemson, among others, have made this trip down here to the Bayou.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Looking to set up a screen pass here. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Early on in a football game, the offense always wants to try to develop just a nice rhythm to the offense. That time, just a simple screen to the running back, and they build some confidence on this first drive with a nice play.
And that will pick up a first down. They'll spot it at 38.
Boy, the defense misses out on an opportunity to get off of the field. They got the offense to third down, and they just weren't able to prevent them from converting.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. He'll hand it off. Brought down, but broke the tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw. Catch made on the out route. Brought down to the 46. Good enough for a first down.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down. Early in the game, a chance to get him off the field. But instead, this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
The pass is intercepted. Going the other way. Can they stop him? And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Oh, just a tough way to start this game for this offense. Throwing an interception on their very first drive. Now, see how their own defense will do, but they cannot panic, make a couple adjustments, and get ready next time they get the ball.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
Hand off to the back. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about.
Hold it.
So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Important second down play coming up. And he drops back in the gun. Grab down the middle. It's Smith. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's third down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. On third down, he drops to throw. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. He'll hand it off. He's found some room at the 45. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down. A new set of downs for the offense. First and 10. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Short connection to the tight end here. And they wrap it up after the completion just short of the first down marker. So now it's third and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. They'll try to run for the first down. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm. Everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle. They're showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Pulls it in. It's Smith. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Can he get there on the ground? He goes nowhere on third and short. I don't think he got it. So a serious defensive battle as we wrap up the first quarter. These teams pursuing a national championship. Let's take a look at the game summary so far. They need a yard here on fourth down to keep this drive alive. Sticking with the running game. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And he'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get the touchdown.
He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's for field position to start the drive. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Here comes a handoff. A quick juke. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down.
Good catch, just past the first down line to allow the drive to continue. It's a nice play by the quarterback and wide receiver there.
And tackled after a small pickup there.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Defense is coming after him. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense does a great job here of pressuring the quarterback, but I got to give the quarterback a lot of credit. Instead of taking a negative play, he shows you his athletic ability and fights out and gets all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And it's complete downfield. They stop him out at the 42. Gets a solid gain, get close to the midfield. This Kentucky offense is quickly moving down the field. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. They're able to get the ball back, but it could still be a drive killer.
He kept...
Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. So this offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Oh, the pass is picked off. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return.
It's 3rd and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring on them.
And the Mean Green offense is back on the field now. Trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. They're going to run it here. Great move there. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Offense looking to throw the ball. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there.
Yeah, you know this defense has got to be frustrated after giving them multiple conversions now on first downs. There's another one. But for the offense, they're just playing very efficiently right now.
They finally stop him at the 3. The offense really threatening now.
The real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it, because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
Hey, the defense is doing everything that they can to try to keep these guys out of the end zone. Now we've got a big 3rd down coming up.
They get closer, but now they line up on 3rd and goal from the 1. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
Well, great stop here by this defense to bring us to 4th down and decision time for the head coach. You go the easy route with a field goal, or this close to the goal line, you take a chance and try to get that touchdown.
And the kick is good. Offense settles for 3 on the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. Here comes a first down pass attempt. And it's caught across the middle. And the game just good enough for a first down. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. And looking to throw now on first down. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Well, if you're not careful as a quarterback, this is the kind of route that the defensive back wants to jump and get in front of for an interception and maybe a touchdown going the other way. But this time, the receiver runs it well, brings it in, and then gets out of bounds.
It's an out route, the catch made. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Boy, his quarterback is living on the edge. Remember, he threw an interception in the last drive. Thought he might learn from that. Instead, he throws the ball right back into coverage. I thought he threw another pick. He better change the way he's playing the game.
A sack in the play could not escape the pass rush. And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. And sack sets up an important 3rd down. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Punt team ready to boot it away. Oh, and it lands at the 4 and bounces in for a touchback. North Texas's offense is back out there now. Let's see how the offense plays it here. Not much time remaining if they want to get a chunk play, put him in scoring position before the half. So here we go. The first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Go with the toss play here to the left side. Let's give credit to the guys up front, the offensive line, center, guard, tackle. They seal the edge. But I love seeing the receiver's willingness to be a part of that and a good job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play cannot be spilled out of the backfield and into the open field. So everyone handled their responsibilities perfectly to pick up some nice yards.
Off the play fake on first down. He'll throw it now. It's a bullet, but incomplete. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Took contact on the throw. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And is intercepted. Look out, he's got some space. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words with his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's incomplete. Trying for a big play there as time runs out in the first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's when the drive will start. Here comes the North Texas offense back on the field. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. We get the second half started with the running play.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They look to throw it here on second down. Snags the quick throw. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. So a very makeable third down for the offense with a 29. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. Nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Takes the handoff and he'll head left. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Hey, it's a great job in this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So
get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will give the offense the football at the 46.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator playing with the
play was flipped. The goddamn buttons would have been different. My fault.
I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a.
It's on the right side is X. If it's on the left, it's R1. Fuck.
They're going to run it.
Of course.
Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do that.
And they've got him down at the 3. Big gain on that completion.
Well, it's a big risk to play man-to-man coverage by this defense, and this time they get caught. Great timing between the quarterback and his receiver. You can see what can happen when that timing is right. Big things can happen.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they keep trying to run the football.
Second 300-pounder is pretty easy. Stiff arm and good long.
Throughout this entire game, we've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional. And I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about 3rd down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here, maybe you hold them to 3 points.
Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Oh, no,
good
sack
D.
is
Good
made
D.
there by the freshman.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
So on 4th down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. And this one is right through. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the mean green offense is back on the field now. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here.
Of course fucking holding. Of course. A fucking course. First fucking play, bro. Come the fuck on.
There is a flag on the field. This one might
Fucking
be coming
game,
back.
bro. 1st and 20.
See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Receiver makes the grab. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
The defense sits back in his zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Just trucks the man. And they keep the drive going. It's a first down at the 46.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a first down.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
Just nobody can block.
The defense has him behind the line.
Nobody can fucking block. God damn it.
And it's North Texas on top so far, Kurt. And as we reach the end of 3, time is running out in this.
Wasn't a play I picked, but cool. Starting to fuck up like always. All right, that's one. Why don't you go get him? And you just, oh, it's your fucking fault.
Both these programs to stay alive in the quest for a national championship. Let's check out the game summary before we move on. Keep it on the ground to work the clock here.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Here we go. Crucial play coming up. It's 3rd down and 3. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Here's the target, and it's complete. Stopped at the 43. This offense picks up another first down. Back behind the quarterback, line in the pistol. And now the handoff. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Handoff running right. That was a nice juke, but not much room to run. He's brought down for a short gain.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
There we go.
Picks up the first down, tackled at the 32. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that play. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The linebacker shifting around now. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And the tailback's got it again. And that broken tackle will earn him first down yardage. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Defensive fans getting frustrated. Offense continues to march. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. And here's the handoff. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
Total control right now, Chris. You just got to assume.
I was like, all right, we back. Had to get some weed.
Football, you look at the clock, in their favor. You look at the field position where they are, obviously in their favor. So it just makes sense. Keep it on the ground, keep pounding, run that clock, because you got everything working in your direction.
First and goal. They play this right, they can pretty much put the game on ice.
Let's go! We go into the daddy!
Touchdown, Mean Green.
Check his cash. Let's go.
Right there, Chris. This offense had the
15-0.
The game on their back. They deliver. They get a touchdown, and now make this a two-possession game with under.
Proud of y'all boys.
Like their odds of closing this game out.
They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. Extra point.
To go from a roster having like 30, 40 fucking people, can't even hold practice. Now we going to the natty.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And they tackle him at the 8. The offense starts back up possession.
Got a whole minute to celebrate.
And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field.
Gatorade it up, hoes.
Out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. So the drive gets underway, backed up at the 8-yard line. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He'll try a pass here.
I knew you would go that way.
Makes the catch. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And the clock winding down, they'll take a deep shot.
Lay him out, bro.
Way downfield. That's a big game.
Come on, Savvy.
He could have used that when this football game was still in doubt. And they quickly spike the football to stop the clock. Second down play coming up. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield.
Ain't no way you that slow.
That's a big play. Moves the ball down inside. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Quarterback drops back. The pocket breaking down. He cannot escape.
They didn't know what to do.
The sack. But crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. 2nd down. Now he just comes up and spikes it to stop the clock. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. And the defense calls time here with 23 seconds left. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly.
Oh my God! The one spot.
For a 1st down. That's a
nice.
Before he goes out of bounds, it'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
Freshman introducing himself to the quarterback there. 2nd down now after the sack. The offense spikes the ball here, looking to preserve as much clock as they can. This will be the 10th play of the drive, but it's 3rd and long. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete with just 1 second remaining on the clock.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Natty! Let's go. Good shit.
Well,
Good game, good game, good game.
Pressure moment, but now the job
We gotta execute, guys.
more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play
Let's
for the
see.
trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship.
Good job, Rim.
That says everything
Way to put
about
the team on your back,
endurance of
Rim.
this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
I know we could do it, but shit. Be here. Come on, Horsewood.